I'm actually out here as usual on Sunday night taking my walk on Siesta Key Beach in Florida. So welcome everyone that joins me. I had a pretty dang cool weekend. Thought I'd tell you about. So once again, it's Sunday night. I'm heading over to the drum circle. I don't think I'm going to film the whole time going to the drum circle, but I had a really awesome weekend because my oldest son, he's 27. He drove a whole 9 hours each way to come hang out and visit with me. So that was pretty awesome. Pretty pumped about that. And yeah, we had a great time. Spent several hours at the beach, thus the sunburn, right? And here in Florida, yeah, the heat index both days was over 100 degrees. So it was awesome though. We had some great food, great drink, and I love seeing my 2 adult boys who are fantastic to spend time with. Raised them right, but when your kids become adults, it's a whole new relationship. So it's really extra cool, extra special. So yeah, he came up with his girlfriend too. So that was super cool. And it's good to see your adult kids doing well, functioning well, and getting along well in life. On another note, out here on Siesta Key Beach, and really, there's not a whole lot of sunset going on. We got a little murky kind of sky and sunset. It's not terribly much of sunset. It's just been kind of overcast all day. I worked outside for about 4 hours working on a minor construction project outside. So I've had enough sun. I'm glad it's not super sunny right now. But there's absolute ton of people out here looking for the sunset. I'll show you guys. So there's a ton of people out here looking for the sunset. And by the way, if you're joining me live tonight, I tend to do this most Sunday nights on my beach walk heading to the Siesta Key drum circle. Now I was told just a couple of days ago that this is the largest drum circle in the world, which is cool. And when I'm out here, even when it's not tourist season, right now is not tourist season. Tourist season is in the late fall, winter, and early spring. So when I'm out here, it absolutely, probably about 200 people at the drum circle, even when it's hot season now. And the other time of year when it's cooler, the crowds increase dramatically. So I'm heading down to the drum circle. I'll go watch that for a few minutes and then head on home and get ready for work this week. Another thing that I wanted to touch base on is, if you're watching, tell me where you're watching from, please. Tell me where you're viewing me from. I love to have visitors from all over the US and sometimes get people from other countries. Indonesia, I've had visitors from Morocco. Oh, I got someone here from England. Thank you for saying hello. I love you guys. So you're my first person to say you're from England, so I love it. You guys are in the quarterfinals for the World Cup. This is very exciting stuff for England. I'm trying to think of who they play. England plays, is it Argentina they're playing in the World Cup? Maybe semifinals, yes. So this is gonna be probably Wednesday or Tuesday, I think. So I gotta watch this. It's gonna be awesome. Do you guys actually, does England have a chance to win this against Argentina? Truthfully. You know, I mean, do they have a chance to win it? I don't know too much about soccer or football as it's called all over the world, but it's been exciting. Yeah. So nonetheless, if you are on here watching, feel free to subscribe if you like my content, you like seeing this on a regular basis. I love when people subscribe or throw a thumbs up or hello and shout out where you're from. Super cool. Last week when I did this video, I think I had 72 views. And then afterwards, there was another 90 some people that viewed last week's video live stream. So it's become a regular thing. I try to get out here most Sunday nights when it's not stormy. Yeah, this is an orange jellyfish. Did you see that orange jellyfish? That was amazing. They're throwing football over here. I do not want to get hit in the head by a football. Might help me some. Let me see if I can walk around these dudes. Totally walk around these dudes. If I tried to throw a football at my age, it would throw my shoulder up. Can't do it no more. Can't do it no more. I'm creeping up on 60. So yeah, it's cool to see these guys out here. This is what we call football, right? It's not soccer, it's football, American football. I'm hustling because I got to go home and get ready for work too. So I'm hustling down the beach, trying to get some beach time, trying to say hello to all you guys on the live stream. People from all over the world. I've had people from Indonesia, Morocco, from England now, from France. I've had people from Louisiana, which is not another country, but sometimes it feels that way. I've had people from Indiana. I've had people from Kentucky. Lots of people from Florida. That's where I'm at now, Florida in the United States. So it's very cool to have visitors from all over the place. Don't always take it too seriously here. Walking up the beach, I just share the beach time here. Check it out. That's beautiful. Gorgeous beach, sunset view. There we go, some guy right behind me. Hello, sir. There we go. I thought he's coming up to do me in. Oh, I got a Michigander. This is awesome. A Michigander. Yeah, that guy ran right up on me. I thought he was going to get me. That'd have been horrible. You guys would have seen it live. Would anyone have called the local authorities for me if this guy attacked me on the beach, this runner? Anyways, I digress. So, it's so hot here. Hello, thanks for joining. Tell me where you're from. If you're joining in, everybody, hello, hello. So yeah, the title was Yoga Helped Me With My Anger. Yes, I had, I go to yoga once or twice a week. My yoga instructor is on, she's a yogi, right? She's really good at kind of getting you in a good mental space, good head space. But Maine, I love Maine. This time of year, Maine is wonderful. Thanks for saying hello from Maine. Welcome, welcome. So, Michiganders, and I got a Maynard, and we have someone from England tonight. So this is great. Thanks for joining, everyone. So anyways, I had a interaction at work Friday. Last thing work. Friday was a horrible day at work. Didn't have a lunch break. Took care of patients for 9. Thank you. Thanks for subscribing. This is great. Thank you very much. I worked for 9 hours. Did not even. I had 6 minutes to eat most of my sandwich because I have patients coming out. Workplace is really intense. I love nursing, but it's really intense. And then at the end of the day, when my patients were all done, I went to have a 15-minute break, right? So I went and pulling out my food. I was gonna sit down in the break room, and one of my coworkers, who's not a nurse, came in just making a ruckus and being a real jerk. So I said I was gonna sit. This is what I said. I said I was gonna sit in the break room for 15 quiet minutes, and he took it really personally, and he stopped huffing and puffing and unhealthy, out of shape. Love it. Yeah, you're right, I am huffing and puffing. Thanks for pointing that out. I gotta slow it down and enjoy my beach walk. So anyways, this guy took offense to that, and he was cussing, and he's like, what you gonna do, B? He's, basically calling me a bitch. Okay, coworker. This is crazy world, crazy world. So the point is I went up, sat in my pickup truck, took my 15 minutes, and I was thinking of what I learned in yoga. And sometimes what I learned is sometimes people say things and things happen in our world and they disturb us or upset us. And the approach to take, there's several approaches. And I was using all these to keep my cool when I went back in the building. The approach to take is to just sometimes take people's words and their actions and treat them like clouds, and you have to detach yourself from the words and actions and just pretend like you're watching the clouds go by just like their words, or like you're watching, or that you're a butterfly and just kind of flying around and on the wind and just you're above it all, in other words. Another thing my yoga teacher had mentioned, months ago, and she said, when you walk into a forest and you see trees, there's all kinds of trees. Some trees are big, have tons of leaves, and they've been fertilized and they have all kinds of sunlight. Other trees are bent and kind of cockeyed, and it's like they're searching for light. Other trees have not had enough water and are kind of wimpy trees. Other trees are misshapen because they've been, cut on or hacked on. And it's much like that with our world, that sometimes when we're interacting with other people, we have to realize they may have been in a whole different environment that wasn't sustainable or suitable for growth, just like the trees. And what you do when you walk in the forest is you look and you see different trees in different shape, in different conditions. And people are the same way. And you just have to treat them sometimes like a broken tree and just kind of look past it. So that actually helped me to de-escalate the situation. So I basically ignored my coworker, went and reported the incident to a supervisor, because I don't want to escalate it. There's no sense of me escalating the situation there at work. I've tried to stay professional. And it's tough when someone is confrontational to you and being an absolute jerk to you. It's really a tough situation, So yeah, that, interestingly enough, those yoga lessons were probably more valuable than lots of therapy over the years. And sometimes you take your lessons in life where you can get them. It's not going to do any good to retaliate, even though it may feel good in the moment with the adrenaline rush. It's not going to do any good to lay hands on somebody or insult them back. You simply have to observe and detach yourself from the situation. That's what I did, it worked beautifully. Doesn't mean I didn't think about it and process it over the weekend, which we do. But my weekend was saved by my oldest son coming to visit me, so that's great news. Now, where else are you guys from? Who else, is anyone else from another country besides the United States here popping in to see this live stream? Show me where you're from, please. And also, I challenge you guys, please, if you're watching this and you've made it this long, 14 and a half minutes in, subscribe. I'm trying to get to 300 subscribers on this YouTube experience. What I looked at the other day is that when you have 300 subscribers, someone's got some serious marijuana out here. Man, wowzer, it is thick. When you got 300 subscribers only 15 to 20% of YouTube creators, people that do videos, only 15 to 20% reach 300 subscribers. That's awesome. So I just had someone subscribe during this live stream. They told me so, and I appreciate it. So I'm only 5 subscribers away from being at 300. And this makes me so excited, because what does that mean is, well, my years of hard work now, not always hard work, but my years of diligence making videos and trying to be entertaining, informative, insightful, clever sometimes. I don't always come off as clever, but trying to add value with my YouTube channel, that my years are paying off. And that's cool. So close to 300 subscribers. So yeah, if you've made it this far, super cool. If you want to subscribe and hang on further for this ride, I do try to give really good content. Most of my stuff is, well, my live streams are for everyone, right? Most of my videos are for people, dudes, guys mostly, that are Gen Xers, between 50 and 50 and above, okay? And I try to add value for the Gen Xers because we go through a lot. We were raised latchkey kids, raised in some messed up environments, had to figure stuff out as kids. Then we went from an analog world to digital world as Gen Xers. So that's pretty awesome. Now, Gen Xers are going into retirement phase, and we're on the next chapter. And it's a long haul, because if you're a Gen Xer like me, right, you unfortunately see people dropping like flies around you. People getting cancer and getting diseases and getting all kinds of medical issues. When you're a Gen Xer, you really start seeing that. People in their late 40s and especially 50s. I've lost several friends to cancer over the last couple of years. And it's a difficult thing to experience. Makes you realize life is short. So yeah, that's why I do content. I try to help people out and lift you guys up. So once again, if you guys been watching this long, give me a subscribe, a like, a hello, tell me where you're from, and let's get this channel over 300 subscribers. That'll put Mr. Glenn above, or at 15 to 20%. Only 15 to 20% of YouTube creators make 300 subscribers. Woo woo, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, you all have a blessed week. Have a wonderful week. I hope all your dreams come true. Not all of them, but most of them. And I hope your health is good, and that you have a great outlook this week. All right, lift each other up. Take care now.